Everybody knows Sir Arthur Lewis College? Okay. Does anybody know what the tuition at Sir Arthur Lewis College is?
It's free.
Anybody? 1 year tuition.
I think it's free.
Nobody?
Is it free?
Huh?
Free.
Almost.
I don't think so.
The student pays $1,500 EC dollars. Okay? For 1 year. But that's not really what the tuition is. The tuition is really $9,000. Because the government puts $15 million a year, and there's 2,000 students. So we pay $7,500, and the student pays $1,500. But the million-dollar question becomes, is the student getting $9,000 worth of tuition? Okay? And what is that student leaving with? So when we examined it, 85% of solutions are going to work in the service sector. So whether it's in the hospitality sector, whether it's retail, and retail can be shops or in the banks or in wholesale, okay? But 85%. And all of those sectors have the same organizational structure. The first job you have is called a line staff. The second tier of jobs you have is a supervisor. The third tier is middle management. And then the last tier is an executive. So the question is, does everybody need a university degree to start at the line level? In fact, I'm seeing a lot of kids who want to get a university degree in tourism and are starting as a housekeeper or starting as a waiter, because that's what the industry does. You have to grow your way up. But the fact is, it will take you a very long time to get to a salary level in the hospitality sector for you to pay back the degree. So Germany and Switzerland, because I don't want to say that we're trying to demean our people, 13% of their population has university degrees. Because what they found out was that you don't have to provide too much education for the job. What you need is skills.
Yeah, but that's what I have.
Is skills. So if I went and interviewed kids who are going into, and by the way, I do this all the time, and I say to them, what's a union? You know. I said, what is the labor code? They don't know. I said, okay, you're going to get your first job. What's your goal? What's your career path? So if you want to own a home, how much money do you have to set aside? How much is that home going to cost you? Because that becomes the goal. So I want to have a home, I want to have kids, I want to go on vacation, because we all want the same thing. And you can cost what that out is, and then you can work backwards and say, I need a job that's going to give me X number of dollars on a monthly basis to generate that money. And we know what all the jobs pay in St. Lucia. So if I want to become a middle manager, I, from a very early age, can put out what my career path is. How many kids do you think in St. Lucia can do that? Who's teaching them? So I'm saying, let's have a degree at Sir Arthur that for 9 months we teach people how to get ready for a job. So when I go to my job, and I know I'm speaking to the converted, think of when you first got your job and you got your first job review. How nervous that made you. Did you know what your rights were? When you went to get a job, do you know what the obligation of your entrepreneur or owner is supposed to provide to you? that there's supposed to be a clean bathroom, you're supposed to have a locker, you can't work you more than X number of hour days, and this is how your overtime works. So we're sending these poor kids in, and many of them are being taken advantage of. But they don't know better. And they're so hungry, willing to do whatever they can. So I'm just saying that I don't think that everybody has to go off and get a university degree right away. I'm just saying that I don't think that everybody has to go off and get a university degree right away.